Get ready, because Formula One is about to see its biggest aerodynamic shakeup in, well, over a decade. In 2026, the entire way we think about how these cars cut through the air is going to change, like completely. Let's dive in and break down what's happening.
So let me just start by asking you this. What if an F1 car wasn't just a solid, fixed object? What if it could literally change its shape on the fly, morphing its wings to be absolutely perfect for every single corner and every single straight? Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? Well, that's exactly what's coming in 2026.
Okay, so to really get why this is such a huge deal, we have to talk about a problem that has plagued F1 for years: dirty air. It's that messy, turbulent wake that gets kicked up by a leading car. For the driver behind, trying to follow in that wake is like trying to drive through a storm. It just kills your downforce, makes the car super unstable, and makes it incredibly hard to follow close enough to even think about making an overtake.
Now, for the last 10 years or so, F1's solution, or maybe Band-Aid for this, was DRS. You know the deal, right? The chasing driver gets within a second of the car ahead, they hit a button on a specific straight, a flap on the rear wing pops open, and whoosh, they get a big speed boost to help them pass. It was, for all intents and purposes, an overtaking button.
And this is where you can really see the scale of this change. DRS was manual, it was only for one car at a time, it only used the rear wing, and it only worked in specific zones. Active aero? It's the complete opposite. It's automatic, it's on for every single car, it moves both the front and the rear wings, and it's active for the entire lap. We're not talking about a simple button anymore. This is now a core part of the car's DNA.
So how is this new system actually going to work? Well, it all comes down to two main modes that the car will just constantly be switching between, all on its own. Let's get into what they are.
First up, you have Z mode. This is the high downforce setting. Think of it like a sprinter in the starting blocks, pushing down to get maximum grip. That's what the car is doing here. The wing elements adjust to generate as much downforce as possible, basically sucking the car onto the tarmac. This gives the driver incredible grip and stability to just attack the corners.
And then, the second the car exits the corner and hits a straight, it instantly switches over to X mode. This is your low drag mode. Now think of a swimmer diving into the pool, making their body as streamlined as possible. The car's wings flatten out, minimizing air resistance, allowing it to slice through the air and hit top speed as efficiently as possible.
All right, now we're getting to the most important part, the thing that really makes DRS look like a relic from the past. The whole system is completely automatic. The driver doesn't touch a thing. The car's brain handles everything, seamlessly switching from that high-grip Z mode for the corners to the slippery X mode for the straights, all by itself, lap after lap.
And think about what that means for the racing, because every single car on the grid has the system running all the time. That artificial advantage that DRS gave to just one chasing car, well, it's gone. The playing field, at least aerodynamically on the straights, has been leveled. It creates a much more stable and predictable environment for everyone.
Which, of course, brings up the obvious question. If the car in front and the car behind are both automatically switching to low drag mode on the straights, how on earth is anyone supposed to get past? Where does the advantage come from?
The answer? The whole battleground for overtaking is shifting. The fight is moving away from an aerodynamic trick and moving towards a powerful, tactical burst of electrical energy.
So, say goodbye to DRS and say hello to MOM. That's manual override mode. And this is no small thing. It's a new button for the drivers that unleashes a huge boost of extra electrical power from the battery for a temporary but very powerful surge of speed. So let's just walk through a scenario. Two cars blast out of a corner onto a long straight. Both of their cars automatically flip into low drag X mode. But then the driver behind hits the MOM button. They get a massive shot of electrical power. That energy surge creates the speed difference they need to pull alongside and make the move. The overtake is now won with watts, not with wings.
So here's the bottom line. With the aerodynamics on the straights pretty much neutralized for everyone, the real skill becomes managing and deploying that electrical energy. This is going to be a game changer. It's going to favor drivers who aren't just fast, but are also brilliant strategists, like playing a high-speed game of energy chess. It's a fundamental shift in how you attack and defend in a race.
So it all leads us to this final, massive question. By taking away the sort of artificial aero boost from DRS and replacing it with a strategic, energy-based battle, could Formula One finally get the close wheel-to-wheel racing it has been dreaming about for decades? Well, we'll just have to wait for 2026 to find out. Thanks for joining this explainer.